You want to run a profitable rabbitry, but you see so many people selling their stock and saying it's not profitable, and you're wondering if it's even worth it. Now, I am the first to admit that with the feed increases, it is hard to run a profitable rabbitry, but it is doable, especially if you know what you're doing. There's one important factor that you may not be considering that can increase the profitability of your rabbitry by 10x, and it's probably not what you think. So what is that thing? The most important thing you can do to improve the profitability of your rabbitry is show your rabbits and breed to standard. Now you're probably thinking,
but Becca, doesn't showing rabbits cost money?
And you would be right. Showing rabbits does cost some money, but in my experience, I have been able to 10x the prices of my rabbits and sell more rabbits than when I wasn't showing my rabbits. So in this video, I'm going to explain why I think that is, and at the very end, I will share with you some farm girl math that will make it even more sweet. So why does showing your rabbits increase profitability of your rabbitry as a whole? So if you're breeding for sustainability or profit, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're not breeding a rare type breed that no one really has or no one really wants, because that sort of thing is truly a labor of love. And I absolutely commend you for doing that. I think it's amazing. I think we need more people breeding these rare breeds, but they're probably not going to be profitable or sustainable. That's a hobby, and it's okay if that's what you want to do. Being a hobby is great, but you're watching this video, so I'm assuming you probably want to be profitable or at very least break even. So for those of us who want to break even on our little hobby or maybe even see a profit, there are two markets that most people are going to be thinking of, and that's the pet market and the meat market. So the type of rabbit you breed obviously determines which of those markets is going to be applicable to you. So in the pet market, consumers are becoming increasingly aware of ethical breeding and breed standards and how a well-bred rabbit compares to a not well-bred rabbit. They can be vastly different in terms of looks, as well as temperament, and temperament is obviously super important. By showing my pet breed, Holland Lops, I have been able to charge 3 times more than the average non-show breeder on Kijiji and consistently have a wait list for my culls. That's right. The rabbits I sell as pets are technically my culls. They're the ones that don't mate the show string or the breeding string. Now, why might this be? Showing your rabbits is an immediate authority builder. You're immediately going to command attention because you're doing this for more than just a quick buck. Showing your rabbits shows that you care about the breed and are trying to meet the breed standard, and you're truly passionate about rabbits. And I would argue that if you're not at least a little bit interested in the breed that you're breeding, you probably shouldn't be breeding it, right? So going to a show automatically builds that reputable business brand. So now on the meat side of things, these commercial breeds have been specifically bred to maximize the feed conversion ratio and the amount of good meat on the animal. So breeding to the standard is automatically going to improve the amount of meat you get per animal, and the amount of meat per animal is going to dictate your price and your profit margin. Duh. Even more importantly than increasing the actual meat of your rabbit is actually going to be networking with other meat breeders. Some of the long-term veterans in the meat rabbit industry have big deals with butchers, restaurants, zoos, pet food companies, etc. And often these big deals come with quotas. If you're able to become friends with one of these breeders that has one of these deals, and 1 month they're unable to make their quota, guess who they're gonna call? You, right? Because they know, like, and trust you. So they're automatically going to want to reach out and be like, hey, do you have anything that can help me fill my quota? And on the flip side of that, they can also be like, hey, this is how I was able to get this deal, and here's how you can do it too. Because I found in the rabbit breeder community, we all want to help each other, and I love that. Last but not least, showing your rabbits actually creates a third market in which you can sell your stock, and that is breeding stock. Selling to other rabbit breeders is a really great way to increase the profitability of your rabbits, but the key here is you have to be breeding quality, and you have to be breeding purebreds, and you have to be breeding to standard. So if your rabbits suck, this ain't gonna work. But if you have good quality rabbits and you're breeding with a purpose, other breeders will respect you and they will buy your stock. So it's super important to start off strong and build a reputable rabbitry so that other breeders want the genetics that you have. This can be a really great way for both the pet breeds and the meat breeds to increase your revenue so that your rabbitry is profitable. So now for the added little bonus, farm girl math, that is the icing on top of an already pretty sweet cake of showing rabbits. Dun, da, da, da. All right, so even though we can totally put this as a business expense, going to shows and all of the costs associated with going to shows, I personally think that it is more of an entertainment expense because I have so much fun breeding rabbits and showing my rabbits and going to these shows and connecting with other people who love rabbits just as much as I do. I take this out of the fun that is supposed to be for going to a movie or, going to a dance or doing that sort of fun activity. I would rather go to a rabbit show than go shopping, if I'm being completely honest. And that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure if you do the math, if you're taking it out of your entertainment fun money, and it's actually free and not a business expense at all, but you can still put it as a business expense. So it's free. I think that's how it works. At least that's how I tell my husband it works. So I really hope that this video inspires you to show your rabbits and come on out to the next show. If you're in Alberta, I would love to connect with you and introduce you to the nearest rabbit club, and I'll see you at the next show. And as always, if you got any value out of this video, please consider just booping that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.